Hi guys, welcome back to my vlog. It is Monday and I got up extra early this morning. It is my fifth or sixth day of stims and I got up early. I had to go in. I was due for my my blood work to see how I'm doing. I had said in the previous video that I was getting blood work and ultrasound, but it's actually just blood work on that first check. So drove in, got there, got my blood work, I got right in. I was the first person there. I always go super early so that I'm the first one there, so I get in first because I like to get in first because then you're not there for a long time. So I usually go about a half hour before they open and then I sit and I wait for them to open so that I get to be first. Each person probably takes 10, probably 15 minutes by the time they get an ultrasound. So, and they do first come, first serve. So if you think about it, if you're even just the fourth person, you're there waiting for an hour. So that does not work with me where I have such a long commute. I was out of there by 7:35 this morning, which then enabled me to get to work in time. I'm supposed to start at 8:30, but as long as I get there by 9, I'm safe. So that's when my first patient starts to come. So I did that this morning. They called me at lunchtime and they were like, okay, we got your blood results back and you're responding really well. And I was like, oh good. And she was like, your estrogen levels are quite high. And I was like, okay. And she was like, so we're gonna get you to come in tomorrow so we can check them again. So we keep our eye on them. She said for tonight, do the same amount of medication. So tonight I'm going to do the same injections that I have been doing, the 150 of Menopur and the 300 of Gonal F. And she said once we find out what your results are tomorrow, we can go from there. And so that's the plan. I'm going to get up again tomorrow, drive into the city, get that done again, and so on and so forth. So I'm a little not annoyed, but I guess inconvenienced the fact that I have to go in tomorrow because I wasn't expecting it. So usually it's you go in on day 5 and then you go in 2 days later on day 7, 2 days later, so on and so forth. So I was planning on going Wednesday and I don't work on Wednesday, so I kind of was planned around that. And so now that I have to go tomorrow, it's just as an extra trip. And then I not only have to go in the morning because I go in the morning to get my blood work and ultrasound or whatever I'm getting done that morning done, but it's not until after they get the results from that that they know how much and which medication you're going to be doing. So then I usually drive in the morning, they call me at lunchtime, and then I drive back in the afternoon to pick up my meds because I only pay for enough meds to get me through to the next time that I go in, because at some point or any point I could be either A, done with the meds, or B, they could want to come down on one, which is what they're going to look for tomorrow if they need to come down on one of the meds. So if I pay for them and get them ahead of time and then I end up coming down from them, or God forbid I get a canceled cycle or something, I've paid all that money out of pocket and you can't return medication. So that's why I do that. It's a little more inconvenient, and I know a lot of people order all their meds right at the start and like what they think they would need, they order them right from the start. But then there is a chance that you could end up not needing them all and then you've paid all that money. So we choose to kind of just do it visit by visit by visit, which does make it a little more inconvenient, but that's kind of what a lot of people do at our clinic. So that's kind of where we're at. So I'm gonna go back in tomorrow morning, and I think I definitely get blood work, and I think I also am going to get an ultrasound. So I will definitely make sure I pop on here and let you guys know. I didn't take any footage this morning when I was there. I should have. I just was rush because I just didn't really want to be late for work. So I'll try to take a little bit of footage tomorrow for you guys, and then I'll let you know, and I will definitely record my injections again tonight. I'll do it a quick snippet like last time, not the big long one, because that's a little tedious for you guys to watch. morning. I'm just at the clinic. I'm having a minor panic attack this morning. I forgot to do my nasal spray last night at 11. I'm supposed to do it at 7, 3, and 11 at night, and I have an alarm set, but I had turned the alarm off Sunday night because I went to bed at 10:30, so I just did it before. So I woke up this morning and realized I forgot to do my nasal spray, and now I'm having a panic attack. The point of that nasal spray is to stop me from ovulating, so stopping my ovaries from releasing those eggs, and I have like a whole bunch of eggs right now, so I'm like ready to ovulate, so I don't know what's gonna come of that. If I ovulated, my whole cycle is shot, so I'm freaking out. I can't wait to talk to them. Hopefully it's okay. I will let you guys know. Yeah. No wonder I forgot. Look at this madness. All these alarms I have set throughout the day to take all kinds of different medications so I don't forget. Whoops. Hi guys, just popping on right quick to let you guys know how things are going. I'm just walking the dog. It's a pretty nice day out. It's cold, but it's all right. So my appointment went really good. They said they were not too worried about me forgetting to do my Superfact. They said one dose shouldn't make a difference. They might just add a little something extra to my blood work for next time to 100% confirm that I haven't ovulated, but they did not feel that I had, so that is good. The other good news is that my cyst that I had ruptured, so that's no longer there. So that's good. And then the best news of all was that I have plenty of follicles. So I will put a video in here showing you guys kind of how the ultrasound goes. So this is the ultrasound in the clinic today. So basically all those little black holes is what they look like. Those are all follicles, and each follicle usually contains an egg once it gets to a certain size. So once it gets to that 17 millimeters, so the dotted line that she adds coming up here is her measuring them. So they measure them lengthways, and then they also measure them up and down. And then the measurement comes down on the bottom right side of the screen. And again, she wants 3 that are about 17 millimeters there. So the number actually says 1.0 or 1 point whatever. You move the decimal over, and that's how you get your measurement. So they do this to both sides and all of the follicles, and that's how they get the numbers. But she was basically able to count 16 follicles on one side, and I think 12 or 14 on the other side, which is much better than last time. Last time I think I had I want to say 9 and 6 or something like that. So a lot less. So I have a lot more follicles. She said they'd have to wait to see what my blood work said about my estrogen. But the reason they had brought me in a day early was to see sometimes when people have a big spike in estrogen, what happens is only 1 or 2 of the eggs get really big, and then that's what makes your estrogen rise. And if you have 1 or 2 eggs that get really big at once, what happens is the other eggs stay small, and then it makes it very difficult because they need to have all the eggs kind of around the same size, so then they know when to go in and remove them. So if you have a couple really big ones and a bunch of small ones, it becomes an issue. So you could either they could do the retrieval and not have good results, or your cycle could actually get canceled. So that is not the case with me. All my follicles are around the same size. They are looking good. They're in the 10, 11, 12 range, which is, she said, right where they want them. So that's really good. I'm really happy with that. So yeah, they're going to call me and let me know what they want me to do. She said they might decrease my meds a little bit, but she couldn't say for sure. So we will have to wait and see. But overall, really good appointment. I will definitely pop on here again tonight and let you guys know what they say when they call me. Hi guys, I am on night number 6 for my injections. As you saw, I went in today and everything is looking good. They are going to decrease one of my meds. They're going to decrease my Gonal F. I was doing 300 IUs and they're going to decrease it to 225, so not a huge decrease. And the one I'm doing tonight is it's the same medication, but it's not a pen. So what I did today was I took all my pens that I had already used, and I was able to, if you can kind of see there's a little bit of space right between where the plunger ends and the top. So that's just a little bit of medication that can't get all the way out. So what I was able to do today is I brought all my used ones of these pens in, and the ones that I used, he was able to syringe that little tiny bit of medication that was in there out and add it to a new one that he has given me here. So that's all leftover meds, I'll call them, but he was able to get a whole dose out of what was left over in these pens, therefore saving us the money of paying for another pen, which is good because they're, I think, $400 or $300. So that saves us because he's able to take just little bits of leftover from each pen and put it into its own syringe, so I can use that tonight, so I didn't have to pay for a needle for tonight. And then I have another one for, I have to use a new pen tomorrow that I paid for, but once I use that, I'll have 3 more leftovers, so he can make another one for Friday. So that's good. He's saving us a little bit of money, which is nice. And that's just our pharmacist that does that. He charges like a small fee, like 12 bucks or something, to take leftover medication out and make a new dose. So that is what I'm gonna do tonight. Again, it's just a little bit less, but it's all good. They're happy with everything, so you can see the difference. This is an empty one, so the plunger, the gray, is right to the end. So those are ones that he emptied, so that's good.